and let us all do we can to build a better future.
Don't you love seeing it? In the final days of this midterm election cycle, we are seeing the Democrats being confronted for the frauds that they are. And it's long overdue. Now, we first saw AOC being confronted, then Senator Elizabeth Warren, Ilhan Omar, and so many more. But there was a recent video that just caught my attention. It's just the memes from it, the pictures that could be used to make memes from it. I mean, it's beautiful. So shout out to Jose Vega, who's helping out Diane Sayre with her campaign for U.S. Senate in New York. She's running as an independent. I saw this tweet and I realized that I have to talk about it. And I'm going to pull it up for all of you to check it out as well. Because if I'm going to enjoy it, all of you are going to enjoy it too. So Senator Cory Booker has adopted the fight to the last Ukrainian mantra rather than promote talks to avert a nuclear war. My friend, good God, great guy, 4Gs, sends in this submission on confronting Booker on his disastrous war policy decisions. And my goodness, this is just so hilarious to watch because you got Cory Booker. If you told me he wasn't in the U.S. Senate, I would just think, oh no, is it just some jagoff person who's upset that they didn't get their breadsticks or something, harassing a retail worker? Because he looks like a retail worker that's exhausted. So here's Senator Cory Booker being confronted for being a hypocritical neoliberal Democrat who's, again, putting all this money and voting for more money and resources to go to this ridiculous war instead of promoting diplomacy and peace. Don't believe me? Check out this video.
Senator Booker, hi, nice to meet you. I came here to ask you about what your plans are for peace in Ukraine. Right now, we're
okay, perfect. Had it pause it right there. It's so he's right now probably maybe internally crapping himself because, oh no, I'm being confronted by an anti-war activist. And you can see the person behind him. I don't know if he's part of his campaign staff. So I got the arrow right near his nose. Shouldn't be doing that. But anyways, whatever. Right there. And it's like, oh no, how are we going to fix this? Because this is going to go all over social media. And by the way, you can find the links to this in our social media page, especially it's a link to Jose Vega's Twitter page. So if you're not following Jose Vega, please do so. He is the one, as well as another colleague as well, who confronted AOC. But we're going to rewind this again. I just wanted to pause it here because it's beautiful just to see a politician being confronted for the frauds that they are.
Hi, nice to meet you. I came here to ask you about what your plans are for peace in Ukraine. Right now, we're facing potential nuclear war. It's no joke. So far, it seems like the politics doesn't seem to be addressing this whatsoever. With the ongoing election, I'm curious what it is that you're planning on doing to bring peace between the United States and Russia.
Between the United States and Russia?
Yeah, that's what's on the table, right?
The Ukrainian people are fighting for their lives. I've been there. Their backs are against the wall, having a country invaded. They're trying to defend themselves. And so what we're focused on, like all of our allies, is trying to help the people of Ukraine have peace and justice like we all want.
If we want them to have peace and justice, shouldn't we be doing everything we can to end the war? Aren't we just prolonging the war, bringing us closer to nuclear confrontation?
Again, you know this. You want to end the war and let 20% of their country be taken by the Russians?
I think we need to
Would you give up Texas and Florida and stuff like that? Come on.
We're talking about nuclear war, though. This is what's on the table.
So we're going to play it again one more time. But audience, you guys are so beautiful. Shout out to the wonderful Dana Fairbanks who says, deer in the headlights. There, right there. Ataris says, zombie stare. Gamer and Ganja says, Booker has a second job. I didn't know that. I guess being a politician that makes six figures and having gold-plated healthcare, it's not what it's cracked up to be, you know? Let's face it. Owning a home in Washington, D.C. ain't cheap. Drew M says it's nice to see more anti-war activity. I feel like it's been at a nadir, at least when it's not politically convenient. Yeah, non-existent. Agreed. Let's see. Soul Construct says, "Oh no, Cory." An extra bullet says, "Ain't no way that rich mofo is breadless." I just noticed that too. Oh, Cory Booker, you need some bread here. We're gonna play this again one more time for all the people. Now,
Senator Booker.
again, look, folks. Being serious here, 80 billion plus has gone to Ukraine, right? Now, for some reason, our federal government, our politicians in the United States Senate and House and the Biden-Harris administration are finding it real easy to crap out money for this war. Now, the mature decision, the correct decision, is to start diplomatic talks immediately, so that, again, this war isn't prolonged. Because the longer it will continue on, we are, again, tiptoeing to that potential scenario where we have mushroom clouds in the skies and all the cities are vaporized. It's a real thing. It's a frightening thing. And I urge everyone to take this seriously. Yet our politicians are prolonging the war because, one, it helps out the military-industrial complex, big oil, and all other special interest groups that profit off of endless, unnecessary war. And this war is unnecessary. We're already seeing, again, the consequences and repercussions of this war, especially how it's impacting the people of Europe, how it's impacting our economy. Everyone's being severely devastated by this war. Diplomacy needs to take place. But yet, when confronted by this, a lot of these Democratic politicians are hesitant or fearful to even bring up the notion of peace. Look at how cowardly the Congressional Progressive Caucus is. And we're going to talk about them later. But look how cowardly they are with that oh-so-fantastic letter that 30 of their fantastic members signed. And what did they do as soon as it got out? Oh, they quivered. They crapped their pants, literally and figuratively. And they blamed it on a staffer. Hey, vote blue no matter who. These are your fighters? I guess what? I guess vote blue no matter who now is truly going in for all total war. You do realize that once this nuclear war happens, it's not going to be done or fought like how World War I or World War II is going to be fought. It's basically the end of human civilization. But I guess you could thank corporate media for giving everyone Trump derangement syndrome, losing their ability to think critically, and of course, Russiagate propaganda. But all these Democrats, including our good friend, Bernie the Cuck Sanders, they're all for total war, voting for more money to go to Ukraine. Peace talks need to take place. That's not a controversial statement. It's a necessary statement that needs to happen. If we don't start demanding for peace talks, if the anti-war movement doesn't get off its butt here in this country, it's going to get worse. So let's hear what Senator Cory Booker, the breadless Cory Booker has to say.
Booker, hi, nice to meet you. I came here to ask you about what your plans are for peace in Ukraine. Right now, we're facing potential nuclear war. It's no joke. So far, it seems like the politics doesn't seem to be addressing this whatsoever. With the ongoing election, I'm curious what it is that you're planning on doing to bring peace between the United States and Russia.
Between the United States and Russia?
Yeah, that's what's on the table, right?
The Ukrainian people are fighting for their lives. I've been there. Backs are against the wall, having a country invaded, and they're trying to defend themselves. And so what we're focused on, like all of our allies, is trying to help the people of Ukraine have peace and justice like we all want.
If we want them to have peace and justice, shouldn't we be doing everything we can to end the war? Aren't we just prolonging the war?
Again, look, he doesn't even know what to say. Talking points. He's thinking up the old talking points that his staff trained him to do, because a lot of these politicians are just, actors that can never make it. They tried they tried to be theater majors and they failed, right? So this is their only best thing, to be a corrupt politician.
Bring us closer to nuclear confrontation.
Again, you know this. You want to end the war and let 20% of their country be taken by the Russians?
I think we need you.
Would you give up Texas and Florida and stuff like that? Come on, these are people.
We're talking about nuclear war, though. This is what's on the table.
And again, let's actually capture that deer in the headlights kind of look right there. I'm sorry, sir, but we don't have your organic gluten-free coffee here. We're sorry, we're just out. That's a face he's looking looking right there. Like, how many times am I gonna have to tell him that the gluten-free, Frappuccino Cappuccino is gone. This is a politician here in the United States who doesn't care about the consequences and repercussions of a war between two nuclear powers. But hold on, it gets even more interesting. There was another video that came out. It's also being shared all over social media where even Barack Obama, remember him, Barack Obama? We had the wonderful, incredible Fair and Balanced on our show the other day where she was talking about how they're bringing out Obama to help out the Democrats in the final days of this midterm election cycle. So let's play this video. Now, again, look, these politicians deserve to be criticized. These politicians deserve to be called out. Why? Because when's the last time they've done anything for us? I mean, Barack Obama has enriched himself due to lying to progressives and independents. And if you voted for him, and sadly I was in that sucker group, you helped contribute to this neoliberal nightmare that we're in. You know what? This is a fraud. He is a fraud. And the anti-war movement needs to speak out more. And I'm glad we're seeing this because, again, it's time for us to break away from the narrative that we get from corporate media.
You overthrew Ukraine in 2014! You overthrew the legitimate Ukraine in 2014! Tell us about your plans for nuclear war with Russia! Stop provoking nuclear war with Russia! You're going to kill us with nuclear war! Russia's the enemy! Russia is not the enemy! Russia's the enemy! Stop getting us into nuclear war!
So again, here you're noticing a lot of people who are again blinded by, oh, Barack Obama, because he was so much better than Trump. The reason why people have such a nice view of Obama, the reason why they are looking at him at such an esteemed, I guess, viewpoint, is because, well, he came in after the Bush administration. And Obama was able to get away with a lot of things that the progressive movement, anti-war movement, anti-corruption movement just turned a blind eye to. Everyone went to brunch, just like when Biden got elected after Trump. Oh, Orange Boogeyman gone. Village Idiot gone, right? Time for us to go to brunch. Kids in cages? Oh, don't worry. Biden will take care of it. Oh, endless war? Biden will take care of it. He's responsible. He's mature. This is the problem for people who vote Democrat and Republican. They're sheep. They're slaves to their emotion. They're slaves to how society, corporate media, and of course their environment, how they trained them to be obedient to voting Team Red or Team Blue. Barack Obama, under his administration, got rid of habeas corpus. That's right. The eloquent Barack Obama, that beer summit guy. Have a sandwich with Barack Obama and have a beer. Thumbs up. That's the guy who got rid of habeas corpus. That's the guy who, again, under his administration, more whistleblowers and journalists were prosecuted and arrested. That should be the other way around. If you're a whistleblower and you're showing corruption, it should be the person that's breaking the law that should be arrested. Anyways, that happened under the eloquent Barack Obama. We went from 2 wars to 7 under the peaceful Nobel Peace Prize winner Barack Obama. Let's see. Oh, how can we forget? Remember those people who caused that economic disaster in 2008? Yeah, Obama held them accountable? Nope. He just gave them a slap on the wrist. That's what happened. That's the truth. And if it offends a lot of these liberals and Democrats and people who are easily offended, well, fuck you. No, I sincerely mean that. Because he did that. So when confronted for his administration's failures, the sheepdogs or the sheeple will just form a shield wall and say, bah, bah, Russia's the bad guy, bah, bah, vote blue no matter who.
With Russia! No nuclear war! Victorian no independence overthrow!
Mr. President, there's more people that are going to get hurt if we go into nuclear war. Right now, we're on the verge of nuclear war thanks to what you did in Ukraine in 2014. you tell the truth about what you did to overthrow Ukraine in 2014? Will you tell the truth? Will you tell the truth?
There is a process that we set up in our democracy.
Yeah, but we're on the
Right
verge
now,
of
I'm
nuclear war.
talking.
Do you care about the lives of your supporters? Will you?
And the sheeple will clap. They'll clap. Look, all politicians deserve to be criticized, okay? Even your favorite politician. And the same criticism needs to go to Republican lawmakers, too. But notice again, no one sees the bigger picture of a nuclear war between the United States and Russia. If it gets out of hand, it's the end of human civilization. Make fun of it as much as you want. It's the end. There's no going back. You think Obama's going to let you in his little shelter? The answer is no, he won't.
Tell the truth before the world walks into World War. The coup of 2014 is on your doorstep. You were the one that allowed your
Such a ravenous crowd. You know, I've never seen such loyalty to a political figure since Trump. Huh. You know, honestly, such obedience. I swear, just by blinking my eyes real fast, I almost saw MAGA hats on top of their heads. This is what happens when you vote Democrat or Republican. You lose your ability to think critically for yourself because you're subservient to a political party.
Do you respect the lives of your own supporters? Will you tell the truth to us, or will you give back your peace prize?
Again, hey, I'll give Barack Obama this. He has the charisma to really make a lot of people into suckers. He is a very good snake oil salesman. I'll give him that. Him, Cory Booker, Bernie Sanders, they know how to act. They know how to sell to liberals and progressives, people who can't think critically and vote Democrat because, oh no, you have people like Rob Reiner telling you, if we don't vote Democrat, that's the end. We're bringing in fascism. No, we don't have a democracy. We have an oligarchy, thanks to the Supreme Court decision where money is speech and corporations are people. Wall Street, big banks, hedge fund managers, the top 1% control our democracy. And you think Barack Obama cares about the issues for the people? Remember, this is the same Barack Obama who stopped the NBA players from going on a strike. He just went in there and said, listen, the powers that be told me, to be very clear with you, go out there on that basketball court and play ball. We'll worry about the strike later. Whatever. So there's going to be consequences from this election, especially with the failures of the Democrats, people like Bernie Sanders, Senator Cory Booker, and all these other politicians. And that is, there's a very good chance likely that the Republicans are going to kick the teeth into the Democratic Party. And be prepared for people like Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, and yes, even AOC and Bernie Sanders to blame you, the voter, for not voting hard enough. I want to give a shout out to the wonderful, incredible Sabrina Sabby Sabs. She was recently on the Hill, and she spoke truth to power of what exactly is going to lie in store for the Democrats, and I think rightfully so, because for too long the Democrats have been arrogant enough to think that they can get away with it, that they can keep on lying to people, and of course the Republicans are going to come in and look. To be clear, nothing is going to fundamentally change, but the Democrats did this to themselves, and if they lose, know this: it's not your fault; it's their fault. Because they failed to follow through with their promises, because they're frauds and they always will be frauds.
So I think this is what happens when the economic needs of the people are not being met by the current administration. So we saw this happen under Obama, right? 2016, it swung completely in the other direction, and that's how we got Donald Trump. So I think the Democratic Party has made a mistake here by focusing primarily on the cultural issues, which, for example, the overturn of Roe v. Wade, it's not as important to voters as they thought it would be. Most voters are focused on the economic situation that they have in this country right now and inflation. And I think the Democratic Party, if they don't find a way to really focus on that, I mean, we're getting close here and looking at the dates. If they don't find a way to really focus on that, they're not going to win this month.
I just don't buy that they're not
By the way, this guy is a total smug jagoff, but whatever.
that this is an economic issue. I also don't know if that's always the case of the reason why people vote. You might be unhappy with the economy.
No, that is the reason why, you idiot. We're spending billions of dollars. Every single American sees that. Every single American can see it. Maybe I'm blind. Hey, audience. Hey, let's have a controversial thing here. It's called democracy. You get a chance to vote. That's right. You get to be special and vote. I don't know really how democracy works, so I haven't seen it in such a long time. Hey, type 1 if you've been paying attention to media and seeing that billions of dollars of our tax dollars is going to Ukraine. Type 1 if you've seen it. Type 2 if you're like, what? No, I've been asleep under a rock for such a long time. I don't know what you're talking about, kid. Again, democracy, folks. Never heard of it. Never seen it.
Economy, but that doesn't mean you're going to vote for Dr. Oz. Hillary Clinton did actually win voters who said because.
Okay, this is how you know he's an idiot. Hillary Clinton did actually win. What? And no, I won't put you guys through any more of his BS. I won't abuse my audience like that. Come on. I gotta be compassionate to you guys. I won't put you through that. The answer is yes, people do vote based on the economy. Right now, inflation is at an all-time high. We lack safe, clean drinking water in cities like Chicago, Flint, Michigan, Jackson, Mississippi. There's a water crisis in the state of Hawaii where, again, there's chemicals being put into their water supply. Again, it's a story that's all too familiar. We have money for endless regime change wars. We're bailing out banks and corporations. But yet no money for the people. No Medicare for all, no nothing. But yet we have money for war. Billions of dollars, $1 billion plus going to Ukraine. Yeah, people will vote on that. And they're going to vote against the party that's been promoting it. Now, obviously, I'm not believing the Republican Party for one bit if they're going to be anti-war, because they're not, because all politicians are professional liars. But read the environment. Vote blue no matter who. Bernie Sanders, AOC, Congressional Progressive Caucus. You guys are going to lose this fight. And you had every opportunity to really do something monumental. But by being frauds and liars, you're being confronted by the very people who believed in you.